Hello. I am trying to get back into posting, and well, I've been putting it off for a while. I had a couple of videos planned that I've kind of just scrapped and probably will never come to fruition, but this one I'm determined to actually get done. So I'm gonna start doing these, probably gonna be weekly. It's gonna be Warfield'S simple single Sunday roundup. This is probably being uploaded on a Monday though, but it's being recorded on a Sunday. So sorry. Stay high on my lunch. So I'm gonna be just going through some of the singles that released in the past week. Talking about the ones that you should probably skip, the ones that are just good like background music, so like the meh tracks, and the ones that I love, like my liked songs, the ones that I've added to a playlist. But talking about later. This rig that I've got here is very bad. I don't have a good lighting setup. I had to put that on for some backlighting because it was just so dark back there. I'm using my iPhone and my computer as a light. And I've got 2 candles and a book stacked up so where I can be this height. Enough talking about that. Let's get into the list. Okay, so first off we got On What You Want from Moneybagg Yo and Glorilla. It's just really bad. It's a great value brand we cried together. Like, if you took that song, put it over a bland trap beat, and took away the good performances, the raw emotion, the interesting story, boom, you got that song. Next we've got Ziggy Cats with, I believe it's Pure Gold or Made of Gold. I don't know which one. I don't know if it's supposed to be that or something. It's attached to a show. It's got Finn Wolfhard in it. He's the one who's doing the song. I don't know. I don't even know if the show's out. All I do know is that Finn's voice on this song is extremely annoying. The production kind of sounds like a weird little target. Not that it's bad or, I mean, it sounds kind of cool, but it's wasted on this song. I don't want to hear it again. The best part of the song is the little instrumental outro that has no Finn anywhere to be heard. Next up, we've got Sam Smith, Jessie Reyez, and Coffee with Gimme. This song just doesn't really work for me. Like, Sam, they just don't fit the like, smooth, sexy, horny vibe very well. They can't really sell it. Not to mention the chorus is just god awful. Like, it's already kind of annoying when they're repeating. Jessie Reyez's voice just kind of is grating on my ears. Coffee has a good verse though. So there's one plus. Next, Party Next Door with Old Best Friends, or her old best friends, or her old friends. Maybe, I don't care. When I first heard this song, I honestly thought there was a Young Thug feature the whole time, because he's doing his poorest Young Thug impression. Other than sounding like a Young Thug impersonator, it's just your typical bland, boring, toxic fuckboy R&B that Party Next Door has been making for years. And it's not good. Next is All Time Low's Tell Me I'm Alive, and I'm just so disappointed with this one. The All Time Low really came forward with Wake Up Sunshine back in 2020. It was one of my favorite records of the year and way better than their previous one, Last Young Renegade. This just sounds like another one of those songs. It's like it could fit right back into that Last Young Renegade bad pop punk about a 35-year-old guy still doing the same stuff he did when he was 20. I wish the whole song was more like that last 20-second outro that's like a lot more like rockish. Next we got Feezy, Wiz Khalifa, and 6 AM with Toxic. This doesn't even feel like it should be here. It isn't that notable, but it's still bad. For one, Wiz doesn't even have a verse on it. I mean, like, that's a crime already. It's just Feezy and 6 AM suck as rappers. 6 AM's voice is so annoying, and I kind of checked out as soon as he had some line about thumb in her butthole. Not my thing. Next is Diplo, Kodak Black, and Wetzel with Wasted. Yeah, I'm not excited about this one. Diplo was already pushing it in 2019 with Thomas Wesley Chapter 1. It was so bad, terrible album. And now he's back with Chapter 2, and I don't believe it's gonna be any better. If this single is an indicator, it's not looking good. Alone with just Diplo and Co, it's just a basic bland country EDM mashup. Throw Kodak in there, and his voice makes me want to stab needles into my eyes. Also, he tries to write Thing with Lucid in his verse, and that just, it's not gonna work. Next is Lukas Graham and Mickey Guyton with Home Movies. Do I need to say more? Okay, this last one isn't even like that bad of a song. It just kind of is a total ripoff. It's Babibi with Sunset Boulevard. It's not a terrible song, but it's a clear Biba Doobie ripoff. The style, the sound, the fucking name, Babibi, Biba Doobie. Like they just sound so similar. But look at this. I mean, that's all. It's not bad. I just need to defend my wife. Love you. All right, next we're getting into the man track, starting off with our homie Marshmello collabing with Jamie Brown for Party Jumpin'. It's just more bland EDM, like everything else Marshmello makes. Except this is like the bland kind of EDM you hear at EDC. EDC Orlando specifically. Next up is Offset and Hit Boy with 2 Live. This is just so underwhelming. I was expecting a lot more from an Offset and Hit Boy collab because just Hit Boy's been on a huge run with Nas lately, and Offset's been putting out some good singles. But yeah, no, this sounds a lot like a YG song and doesn't feature Offset or Hit Boy at his best. So next up is US Girls with Future Bets. This was actually a decent song. I kind of like it. The message behind it is good. It's got some good writing. It's just not quite clicking for me. Also, the lead singer's voice can kind of get a bit annoying. Next up is Jaleel with Ride the Wave. It's kind of like a Party Next Door situation because I thought he was somebody else when I was listening to the song. He sounds almost exactly like Sofago on here. Could be cool to hear a remix. It's not a bad song either. It's better than the Party Next Door track for sure. I hope it grows on me a lot because I like Jaleel. He's a good artist. Next up is Prentice and Skywater with So Easily. I actually like this song. It's a good song. It's got a nice little vibe. It's super cute. It's got a nice little groovy chorus. Skywater's great as ever. It's just, it bothers me that the kid is 15. Like, I'm not trying to discriminate on the kid because he's younger, but like, it's just, I don't know, it makes me feel weird to listen to a 15-year-old talking about love and the one girl that he needs. It's just weird for me. Done with all of the negativity, semi-negativity, blah, 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 blah. We're getting into the like songs now. Cue the break. All right. First up is Child and Lucky Day with Good For Now. Oh my God, this song is such a vibe. I love it. Child has been releasing nothing but amazing R&B vibes with every single he's put out for his upcoming album. This is also one of the first songs I've ever heard where the song sounds like the cover, like the single cover and the album cover. Not to mention Lucky Day just elevates this to the heavens. He's amazing. The young king of R&B. Please check this out. Next up is Armani White and Denzel Curry with Goated. Banger. Just straight banger. This is all you need. It's a banger. Armani White never fails to make good, like, hype songs, and adding Denzel onto that was just the icing on the tasty cake. Denzel can just write on any beat he's on, even if it's bad. Not that this one's bad. This is a great song. If they just got a remix with Baby Keem and A$AP Ferg on here, either or, that would have elevated this song even higher. 12 out of 10. Next up, Miley Cyrus with Flowers. God, I love the level of pettiness in this track. Everything that goes into it is just petty. I eat it up. Not too shabby. It's a pretty good song too. It's one of Miley's better vocal performances for me, and like I just like the whole Bruno Mars interpolation because I love Bruno Mars, but that's not here nor there. Check it out. Coming up next is Logic with Wake Up. It's crazy the complete 180 that Logic took with his music, because like he was making some of the worst albums of his career and just kept getting worse, and then suddenly he just started making like really good music again. We got No Pressure, Doc D, Vinyl Days, and we're about to get College Park. And if College Park is anything like this song, we are in for a treat. Next up, we got Temples with Gamma Rays. I have not been familiar with Temples much before. I think I listened to one of their albums way back when, but I cannot tell you for the life of me what it was called. But this new one, I'm excited for. It's just another great vibe, a funky psych rock track that somehow sounds like it takes place at like the end of the world. I don't know if that makes any sense, but this sounds like the soundtrack to the last summer ever. Next up is Black Thought and L. Michaels Affairs with Grateful. I am so glad Black Thought is dropping again this year. His cheat code album last year with Danger Mouse was insane. Black Thought came in with the clever wordplay and amazing writing. Danger Mouse came in with the amazing beat selection. And it's looking like L. Michaels is filling that shoe just perfectly. I can't wait for this. Next up, we got Everything But the Girl with Nothing Left to Lose. My God, this song fucks. It's just the grooviest, vibiest song that I've heard all year. It's amazing. The video makes it even better. It elevates it to a new light. It's just such a vibe. Oh my God. I don't even really know how to like get my words out and describe it. It's just luxurious. I want to inject it into my veins. My kitty just fell off the counter, so I was making sure he was on. Next up is Ocean's Niagara by M83. No one quite crafts a vibe like M83. I only heard a few of his songs, Midnight City included, but I am depriving myself right now listening to more. It's just such an ethereal, cinematic track. I just feel like I'm floating. I can't wait for the rest of this album. Next up, we got S.G. Lewis with Charlotte Day Wilson and Channel Trace in Fever Dreamer. Speaking of crafting immaculate vibes, S.G. Lewis and Channel Trace together just... This thing just sounds like it's straight out of like a future nightclub, like I should be hearing this in Cyberpunk 2077 or something. It's a great disco-y dance track, and I highly recommend it if you want a nice little vibe to dance to. Last but not least, we have Indy with Hometown. If you guys don't know Indy, you're depriving yourself. She is Lord's little sister, and she's making her own music now. Her song Threads was one of my favorite songs of last year, and like sounds like almost exactly like a Lord song. This one, it's a sweet little love song to like that one person that you always hang out with or hook up with whenever you go back home. Like, there's always that one person that you got. I don't know if it's like that for y'all, but I related to it. I think that about wraps things up. I'm sorry that this wasn't the best produced video. I have a lot to work on with the lighting setup and audio and that kind of jazz. However, I will fix that up. I'm gonna be working on it because I'm gonna be making a lot more of these videos. Now, if I had to leave you off with 3 songs that you should definitely check out from this, I'd have to go with Nothing Left to Lose by Everything But the Girl, Goated by Armani White and Denzel Curry, and Good For Now by Child and Lucky Day. That's all for now. If you want to check out all these songs and plus more that I didn't mention in here in a playlist, I will link that in the description below. Other than that, let me know what I can improve on, and I'll talk to you guys later.